live.
We live. We live. Yo, this is your guy. This is your boy, Cesar Pena. Welcome to the Beyond Celebrity Show. I'm your host, Cesar Pena, of course. Co-host, my boy Miguel. Miguel Sanchez, producer extraordinaire. Yeah. So yesterday was crazy. Yo, Mig, yesterday was crazy. 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. I wake up, I went to the bathroom. One of my boys that lived next to One Oak hits me up. He's like, yo, Cesar, are you awake? I'm like, yo, do you got a camera on me? Like, how you know I'm awake? Like, literally, I'm waking up. I'm like this. You know when you wake up in the middle of the night, you got to use the bathroom? And then I just see my phone, like, lighting up. And I was just like, what's going on? So I checked my phone. I'm like, yo, how'd you know I was awake? Yo, she's like, go on your Instagram right now, DJ Spade. He's having this battle. Rihanna's on there and Drake is on there. I was like, what? So, of course, I throw water in my face and I'm like, all right. So I open it up. They're going crazy. They're going, it's DJ Spade and like one of his boys at another club somewhere else. And they just opened up the club, One Oak, just for him to DJ for the people. So One Oak went live and he went live. But the DJ Spade, he knows Rihanna, he knows a lot of big timers. So it was nuts, 600, 650. I think it maxed out at 725 people. And everybody's commenting and they battling. Rihanna's brothers taking score, who's winning, like who won the battle. Like they'll go one-on-one, right? So one guy will come up with his joint, throw like old school reggae, and the other one throw Caribbean music and soca music. And it was like, I was even dancing. I was trying to keep it down. I was like this, trying to keep it down and stuff. And I was just jamming and then like commenting back. It was like a party, literally for about 2 hours. From like it was like 5 a.m. when we stopped. And it felt like I was working. It felt like I was waiting outside for Ree to come out of the club. That's how it felt, because we're going back and forth with everybody that was in a chat, a group chat. And people on there was like, oh my God, Paps is on there. Reed, you got Paps outside waiting for you. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna need escort outside. And it was crazy because it was just feeling like it. And after it was all said and done, everybody was like, get home safe. Like, it was crazy. It was nuts. It was nuts last night.
That's a new movement everybody's doing. But like, that's cool that you had the same Rihanna connection. That whole D Nice is doing it right now.
I saw that.
Everybody's being creative with being in quarantine right now.
So you got to be creative. Look at what we're doing. You know?
Yeah, hell yeah, exactly. We done more podcasts and shows this week than the last months, right?
Months, year, probably year. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we doing it. But yeah, last night was amazing. I think they're going back tonight, so I gotta kind of set my alarm for like 2 o'clock in the morning just so I can check.
Yeah, I'll be like, let me get a video. You coming out, Ree?
Yeah. So that's what they were saying. They were like, yo, Caesar's out there, but she left already. So it was all good. But it was amazing how I reconnected with a lot of Rihanna Navy, a lot of people like that. It was dope. It was a great moment. It was a great moment last night at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, some of the cool stuff I've been seeing, like of course the D Nice DJ thing. He kind of set that off where he didn't actually. You know what's crazy? Remember we were at Podcast in the City, and Damien said he was gonna do that. Remember?
Wow, he
remember?
did say that. Yes.
And I was like, yo, and then when I saw that, I was like, dang, he didn't do it first. But I mean, his audience is not as big as D Nice. D Nice like literally DJ'd at the White House, you know.
Yeah.
So everybody now is coming on that like creative thing. Another creative thing I've been seeing is Swiss Beats and Timbaland are battling on Instagram, and that's
right, like different beats.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. So right now, man, being in quarantine sucks, but like people are being creative, so you gotta try to be creative.
Yep. So now, what we're gonna do now for you guys, I'm gonna bring you into my life as one of the first, not only one of the first, but one of the only ones that usually follow K-pop artists, period. But in this particular time, we're gonna just talk about the biggest group in the world right now, and that's BTS, right? BTS has more fans and is up there with like how In Sync was. You know what I'm saying? Like they up there with how One Direction was. But the cultural differences, it's amazing to me. You know, like people can't meet them, but they still go just as hard as these other fans. You know, so I don't know. You know, later, other podcasts, we definitely going to discuss with other fans, other BTS fans about this. You know, but from my perspective, um, I do it the way I do like the American ones, but with more caution. You know, I usually, and the way I did it with these guys, and it always starts off with fans, right? Fans usually be like, you know, and I have K-pop fans, and they like, yo, Cesar, you falling off. They fans always challenge me, right? So they be like, yo, Cesar, you falling off with the K-pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? Like BTS already been here twice and you haven't got them. I'm like, yo, who's that? You know? And they was like, take a look. So I started scrolling on YouTube and kind of doing my homework. And I was like 100 million views, 150 million views for some of their videos. And I was like, wow, like these boys are something. This 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago. So one of the fans hit me up and it was like, they coming for iHeartRadio. They got to go Z100 and then they doing iHeartRadio after that. So I was like, all right, this is going to be the first time I'm going to go there. Let me check them out. So I went to Z100, got the first video of them coming out to the car. Boom, all right. So I did what most paparazzis do, right? We follow them. But it wasn't me by myself. It was like two other guys because they saw me following. So they was like, all right, it must be somebody. So they followed too. So we jumped out of the car. I didn't know how serious these guys were as far as security, right? They had like UN security with them. I'm talking like 8 guys with like little fanny packs, but some of them were like, we jumped out the cars because it was in 2 big vans. We jump out the cars with our cameras and everything, and they already digging in their pocket like they about to reach for like a gun. And I'm like, oh, no, we're pressed. Like, we just wanted a video. Like, we had to turn on, like, literally, Miguel, we had to turn on the video cameras to show them that the shit works. Like, that's how serious the joint was, right? So I was already scared. My heart was just beating fast. I'm like, yo, we about to get shot for these boys, And they came out and they were like, just stand here. And I was like, nah, we cool. Like, my boy took out his press pass and everything. He was like, yo, we cool. We're just going to do a little video of them walking into the place. And I'm gone. So we did that. That was the first encounter with them. I was like, man, these guys are serious. Like, this is some hardcore stuff. And after that, I was like, all right, let me take a break from these guys. So I let them go that day. Then they did iHeartRadio later on that night, and I met more fans. That's, with me, yeah, BTS is bigger than, but I got to understand them more. So I dive into it by talking to the fans. And me and the fans started like vibing. And they were just like, their story, where they came from and their struggle, like years. They've been in a grind for years. Like, this is all, like, oh yeah, they're huge now, but they've been grinding for like 5-6 years before they got to this point.
Oh yeah, so they've been big in Korea or not even big in Korea.
Not even big like that.
Oh, okay.
They were like behind other groups, and then they came up, and once they got like a hit song and stuff, I don't know what that song was. That's why next time we're gonna bring some fans to do like a whole backstory how they got popular and everything like that, because I like to dive into that. But through my eyes, the respect and like when some of the girls were telling the story, they were like almost crying. They were like, yo, you don't understand, Cesar. Like, these guys came from nothing and they struggled. And now, we go hard for them because, they came from almost absolutely nothing. So, you know, that was dope. That was dope. So when they came in, I did video of them coming in, video of them coming out. And then a couple weeks later, they did Letterman. So I got them at the Letterman show. So much, like, I'm talking about hundreds of people waiting for them outside the Letterman show. And I was like, wow, like, this is craziness. And I was like, yo, like, any of these boys talk English? And what was mind blowing to me, Miguel, is that the girls and the boys that was out there for them, they were singing in Korean. They were talking back to the boys in Korean. So I was like, wow, they went all out to learn Korean for these boys. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different level. That's more that's different, you know. So I was like, all right, I put it out there, 300,000 views, 400,000 views. I was like, wow, on these videos. I was like, wow, these boys are huge. So now I want to get into it more, right? So I get a couple fans from BTS that I know now. I'm real cool with them. And they started schooling me. They were like, yo, Cesar, like, do not, if one of them is by themselves, don't shoot video of them, right? Let them be together. You know what I'm saying? If you get them shopping or doing something like that, you might get some backlash because they think that's their day off and stuff like that. But make sure they're like together, like two at a time. Don't get one, get like two at a time. So they came back to the city and I got them at the airport. It was cool. They went, they were doing like GMA or something like that. And they had 2 days off. So I just want to do 1 day of them like shopping, any one of them shopping. So I got two of them. I got J Hope and this the other one, Jimin, right? So I got both of them shopping together. Yo, the bodyguard was mad cool. I introduced myself. That's that's what I do all the time. I introduce myself. I was like, I'm pressed. I just want fans to see them doing their thing outside of the whole hoopla and the whole, thing. This is what I do. And he was like, the security guard was mad cool. He was like, yeah, don't worry about it. Just give us space. Let us get into the car and, you do your thing. I was like, all right, I'm going to follow you in 2 places. Like I gave them the instructions. This is what I do. So I'm like, yo, we're going to go to 2 places with you guys. And then after that, you enjoy your day. We're gone. And he was like, you sure? And he was like, yeah. So we got him coming out of the shop in the West Village. Then they went to Soho. They went to shop in Soho, right? They looked like they was like, J Hope was cool. He said, what's up? And the other one, Jimin, he was kind of covering up a little bit, right? But I got him inside and everything like that. Security was cool. After it was said and done, one other guy came up to us and was like, yo, thank you, for being respectful. I was like, say no more, So we shook hands with them. Boom, we're gone. I know they were surprised because they were waiting. They were waiting for my car to leave before they left. So they were like, yo, all right. So our car left. And then we kind of wait in the corner. And then we saw them kind of go and make a left and not turn the right that we turned. So after that, we got them one other time. So I put those videos up. The feedback was sick. People were like, oh my God, I never seen them like this. A lot of people were saying, leave them alone. They're in the day off, but they don't understand the behind the scenes, right? This is what I do. There's 15 years of doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not my first time in the rodeo. They're very protective over these kids, I know. But I'm showing a whole different side of these boys that most people, like at least 75% of the people want to see this side of them, right? But they don't understand that it's like taking the bandage off. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to rip it off like slowly because these guys never got papped ever. So they don't understand being papped. I want to bring them to the mainstream, right? This is my whole thing, right? As big as they are in America, they're not mainstream like that, right? So for me to be on them, people take notice. And they'd be like, oh, Cesar, why are you on these boys? Something special about these boys? Look at the stats. right? My write-up of them is crazy, and after that, I build with them. Like I start talking to their manager, the security. So even them, right? This last trip they was with us, they were doing a bunch of different stuff. And I was like, all right, let me go work on them at the airport again. I did that. But I want to do something different with them. Yeah, we got them shopping and stuff like that, but it looked like they want to do something else. So they went to Brooklyn.
Oh, wow.
They went to Brooklyn. They did a photo shoot in Brooklyn. Mind you, they working, right? They working. But what people don't know is that a couple of people in their camp was like, yo, as long as you stay a long distance, you can get all the shots you want, right? But people are like, oh, you're invading their privacy. And yo, they working one, right? They're all together, right? The whole group is together. And if you could have saw how far we was and the respect, like we could have got, like, I could have got real close to them and been like a dick. But we, mad respect, mad far, videotaped them. When they came back, we knew where they was going. They was like, yo, just keep your distance. They came back to the cars. Even you could see a couple of the guys get out of the security guard way just so that we could get the shots of them walking because there was a respect there, right? Even afterwards, the managers was like, yo, you guys are the best. Great job, right? So we was like, yo, no doubt. Gave them 5, gone. Next day, after that, we let them go. Like it was 3 o'clock and they had more stuff to do. We let them go because we had enough. So the next day they had MTV. That joint was crazy. It was like 1,000 people waiting outside. And I got them going in. That joint was crazy. Everybody was looking at me. The boys started to notice me, right? So they start laughing and stuff like that. One of my favorite of the group is J Hope, right? He looks at me all the time and he kind of give me the peace sign and kind of look at me like this. So we going through, they doing their thing at MTV. I know, like I've been doing it so long, so I know they're not gonna come back out that way. So fans are like surrounding the building. I know they van and everything like that, so I'm staying with the van. They came with another van, right? But I know their manager, I know their whole crew. So half of the fans went to the other side, half of the fans in the front, and then only like 20 people went where the car was actually going on the other side. So we waiting on the other side. I'm waiting the side. The manager looks at me. He's like, damn, you everywhere, man. I'm like, yo, this is what I do. So the boys, I could see the boys coming down the steps. I'm videotaping. I'm like, yo, what's good, y'all? Yo, great show, because they showed in a Jumbotron. Yo, great show. You guys are dope. And, doing my spiel. And they were like, yo, what's up? What's up? Like they're giving it back to me and everything like that. And they were loving it. They were loving it. So yeah, that was the last time I seen them for this trip. It was like a month ago. And it's been a growth process with me, BTS, and now with the fans, right? The fans, they started to understand me more. They started to be like, yo, he's really a good dude. He don't mean them no harm. So you're starting to kind of see people battling each other. And he's a paparazzi, yo, leave him alone. And I'm like, yo, like, I don't engage the negative stuff. I pretty much stay with the positive, but sometimes I'll be like, yo, listen, it's not only my job that I'm doing right now. I'm trying to big up your boys. Like, I'm starting to, I got love for these boys now. Like, these are, like, I spend more time with them than you ever would, right? Fan-wise. So I'm like, yo, I feel like they're a part, like I'm part of the group. I'm part of the crew. That's how I take on a lot of these people that I usually go on, what I'm saying? Like One Direction, any one of the people, Bieber, I feel like I'm part of the crew and I'm going to take real good care of whoever I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the security side of me. I did security for over 7 years. And that's the side of me that is like, I'm very protective over the people that I'm usually doing video and that's me, right? That's who I am. And that's what makes me different from the rest of them. Yeah, so BTS, man, yo, they're gonna keep growing.
What
but
are
they
they?
got
What's the next thing with them? Do they have like albums the same way other people do, like every year, shit like that?
so they just dropped a new album. They literally just dropped a new album. Um, and it's killing, right? They're doing their thing. But I just feel like they have still room to grow, right? I feel like the more I'm around them, the more like I'm understanding them, yeah. But the more like they started to learn more English, and I'm starting to see like their interaction with like some of the English, like Jimmy Fallon. It was on the Jimmy Fallon show, amazing. Like the interaction with them. James Gordon, it was on the James Gordon show. They was doing the carpool karaoke. They did that with him, and
Oh
that
wow.
was an amazing show. And they started to learn English. They started like the other boys, started to learn English. So yeah, man, they're maturing. They're becoming even bigger. Um, and I got a couple messages from different people like, yo, watch out for Big Bang. Those are my boys too. So I'm watching out for them too. But BTS, man, they're on top of the world, man. And I love that I'm a part. I know where they go, when they go there, and I just feel like people not understanding that it's a love relationship, love relationship. Like they don't mind me of being around. They know I'm doing it for good. They even watched a couple of my videos. You know what I'm saying? So haters gonna hate. I'm gonna keep doing what I do, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So Caitlin asked, how big is your team as of now? I'm telling her right now we're doing most because we're on lockdown. New York, we can't really paparazzi, so we're mostly doing creating content. Um, but yeah, I mean, right now it's mostly you and paparazzi is tough to do right now because so I don't know if you want to answer that.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a couple paparazzi trying to get like the same old shots. There's still a couple people that's still in the city, but is it worth your health? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know who has it. So is it worth your health jumping out of the car and then somebody walking by you and they got it? Right now you got it. You're gonna bring it back to your kids. Like it's really not worth it right now. So yeah, there's like two or three guys that's
There's
out
probably no celebrities out anyway, right? Like, are
there.
they?
Not really.
Yeah.
I can name like two that's probably still in the city, but besides that, Miguel, nobody's in the city. Everybody's in LA or in the Hamptons. Like in
Yeah,
their big house in the Hamptons.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, brother.
yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, any questions from the fans about BTS? Nothing. I don't see anything right now. Got a lot of chatting though.
Yeah.
Some guys are trying to pick girls up in the chat.
Yo, it's all good. It's all good.
I
We
see you, Lucas. I see you, Lucas.
Lucas is my guy too. Lucas is my guy. Yeah. Yeah. What's the name? Yeah, but we growing here, man. Like we, some days we're gonna have guests, super guests. Some days we don't need guests.
All
We
right, so
all
exactly. Shannon Williams asks, do Paps hate graphers?
some do, right? I say 75%, probably more, like 80% of the photography guys, paparazzi, they think graphers get in the way. I love graphers. Those are my guys. Graphers, me and graphers go back, and I'm gonna have a couple of big time graphers on here. Me and graphers go back since the beginning. I love them because they stop the celebrities. So I get to talk to them right there while they signing. Like this, I'm over the top talking to them while they signing the autographs. You know what I mean? So they usually throw like different things, and they usually talk to them like interviewing them too. Like they be like, "Yo, Cesar." Some of them be like, "Yo, Cesar, what do you want me to ask them?" And I'll be like, "Go ahead, do your thing." And it's a love for me. It's 100% love for me.
Cool, cool. She said, I know usually the graphers don't like the Paps. Is that true?
So yeah, I mean, it could get bad. It could get bad because some paps, if a celebrity see a pap, the celebrity usually be like, nah, I'm good, because they don't want to get their picture taken. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes they use, like, celebrities use us as a scapegoat. You know what I mean? Because they be like, nah, if they wasn't here, I would have signed all your shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you lying. You know. So I know a couple people like that, but I ain't blowing them up.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So Caitlin said, I've not really gotten to BTS, but I know they are big stars. I know Cesar always treats people with respect. I appreciate how kind he always is to celebrities and to the fans. So yeah.
That was Caitlin?
Yeah, Caitlin.
Caitlin, thank you. That's the, you can't teach what I do out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be genuine. You got to treat people with kindness. Kindness always wins for me. Some people think it's overrated, but it's all about that kindness, and that big smile. Once they see the smile, they hear my voice, they're like, oh, Caesar's here. So they usually put their guards down.
All right, so Caitlin just asked, when's the next episode of the podcast and what to expect next?
So thank you for putting me on the spot, Caitlin. So right now I'm working, and we're doing the live every single day. So I'm working hard on the live and trying to figure out what the topics are going to be for the live. But for the podcast right now, I'm thinking about my top stories, right? So I'm thinking more of like the Mariah Carey story, like my biggest shots, right? I'm gonna put a package together of my biggest shots. Probably I'm gonna do like 4 of them, like 4 of my biggest shots ever. I'm not gonna put a dollar sign on them, but it made me a lot of money, right? So I know I did the Jay-Z story with Beyonce and Solange. That was one of my biggest shots ever. But I think the next one is gonna be 4 of my top shots all time, and I'm gonna just break it down on what was the mindset during that time and how did I go about getting those shots. Yeah, so it should be interesting because most paparazzis won't reveal what that mindset is to get big shots. And one thing I learned early on in this game: short lens gets you short change, long lens gets you the big money. So once you get the long lens and you shoot from long, they go about their business and they don't even know you're there. Short lens, they're covering up, they could do this, and they're trying to protect themselves. So you're not getting nothing with the short lens. You know what I'm saying? So that's a word to wise are those photographers that want to be photographers out there, and paparazzis, up and coming paparazzis. Remember that.
So both Caitlin and Shannon said awesome ideas. So cool. How do you want to end it, or anything else from the fans or anything?
So the way I'm going to end it is I truly appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. I definitely want to make this one into a podcast because I go in deep with the BTS stuff, and I want to make most of these things into podcasts, but I know what you're talking about. You guys want to hear specific stories and stuff like that. But yeah, we just love this, right? We love this feedback. We love that we bring you guys value. We love that you here with us.
So here I got a question for the fans. Actually, the opposite way.
Yeah.
Who do you think Cesar should be following next, or who's the next big up and comer that you see? Anybody? Any question? I know this might take a while for them to answer, but yeah, but you don't got to answer right now. Maybe you could DM Cesar on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. But we want to know who you think is the next big star, so we could try to interview him. Like Ari Sky is one. We brought her on the show. She sung live on the show. Who else?
Well, we're gonna have up and coming stars. That's one of our things that we're gonna be doing on here too. We're gonna have up and coming stars on here too. You just never know. Every day you got to tune in around 8, 9 o'clock. And on Instagram I'll let you know when we're gonna come on, and you just never know. We on here. We letting you guys know what's up.
Cool. I can't read her name, but it's like a Russian name. She said, "Hey, hi guys, surviving this quarantine, often watching your lives. I love your BTS videos. Europe sends love."
Nice.
All right, we have more people coming in. Marlena.
Love back. let's do like a 2-minute like Q&A.
Is there any questions? Anybody have any questions?
Any questions? What's crazy, I tell y'all right now, if you guys are big fans of Rihanna, go to Spade, DJ Spade tonight. She might be on there at 3:00 in the morning again. Last night was crazy. So 3:00 in the morning, it might get crazy.
Okay, nobody asking questions. Oh wait, you should have some fans on the show and tell their story on how Cesar helped them meet their favorite celebrities.
So we did that. We did that episode. We did that episode. What, 4, Nick?
2 people ago.
2. We did 2 people. We did the Bieber fans. You know, I helped her a little bit, but I did we did the ride along show.
Oh yeah.
So we did the ride along show. So we had 2 fans that rode along with me when Justin Bieber was just here, and they told their whole story. They told her.
And we want to bring more fans on with us here, like to talk, the same way. So
I have ride or die fans, right? I have fans that was ride or die when Bieber was like at his height, that they're dying to tell their stories. It's just right now they're not with it right now. But like even on our the podcast, we had Lily on there. You could check out her story of One Direction. So they're coming. That's one of my things. I want to have more fans on here.
So, okay, Caitlin also said, or how people got started in the industry, whether it's music industry or into celebrity photography. Another question is, ever shoot Michael Jackson before he passed? Maybe you're not a fan, but...
So to answer, to get into the photography business, the business is so hard now, but we're gonna have a way for you to get into the business. That's gonna happen very soon. Stay tuned for that. We're gonna have opportunities for all you guys to roll with us and get advice from us and
make money with us.
Make money. That's the major thing, right? Make money with us, right? So we're gonna have that opportunity real soon. So that's something that me and Miguel been working on for how long, Mig? 4 years, 5 years?
Yeah, long time.
Long time.
It's almost ready now.
It's almost ready now.
Quarantine is
quarantine. We revved it up. So we almost ready for it, but we're excited about that. That's legacy. That's a legacy play right there. But Michael Jackson, what's crazy about the Michael Jackson situation, that's when I first started with TMZ, and he never came to New York. Like, I never seen him in New York when I was a pap, and I always wanted to meet Michael. I grew up with Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when he died, I was at the Letterman show, and I was working on somebody else when they said he died, and I was just like, man, like, because he was one of the guys on my list of people that I wanted to meet and people that I wanted to interview. So yeah. So great question though.
So all right, more questions. How do you find out where celebrities live? And then Caitlin said, I'm saying you should have people on the show that are already celebrity photographers and tell their story. So that yeah.
I am. So I have this young man, his name is Julian, right? It's funny because he's one of the biggest paparazzis, like one of the biggest paparazzis in LA. And I remember when he first got started, he used to ask me and my ex-partner so many questions. He was so like, yo, what kind of camera is this? He used to take a picture of his camera with his phone and was like, is this the right camera? Mm-hmm. What kind of lens? Like every day he was like, what should I do when this situation? Like, he was given a situation. So I'm like, man, what is this kid like? He's gonna be a pap? So literally overnight, it was like he was asking me questions for like 2-3 weeks. And like overnight, he got one of the first shots of Bieber in LA during that time. and he was still going through some stuff, and that was his first shot, and he must have made like $600, $700, and he lost his mind. He was like, "Oh my God, what you taught me was right." Oh, like he was losing his mind. So, but right now he's huge. I already told him to come on the show. So tune in later, probably later on this week. His Instagram is Shot by Julian, and he's one of my, I'm one of his mentors, and yeah, he's big time. He's big time in LA.
Well, there you go. We gotta get him for this week. So hold on, a lot of questions coming in. All right, the celebrities live one. So Beatrice says, I've been watching your videos since secondary school. I'm not sure how long that is, but I'm guessing it's a long time. She said, oh, your Rihanna videos are 100. So Maria from Russia, I'm guessing, she said, I'm almost sure you don't have a clue about the BTS members' names since you call them guys. Am I wrong?
So I've been working hard. on the BTS members' names. Thank you for putting me on the spot. But so there's Jimin, right? You saw I don't have nothing around me, right? So there's Jimin, there's J-Hope, my boy, there's V, there's Sugar, right? There's RM, right? And there's, I think I got them all. Hold on. RM, Sugar, V, Jimin, J-Hope. I might be missing one. Sugar. I usually miss Sugar, but I got him this time. And V. But those are, look at, that's 98% of them. I probably missed one.
So all right. So Red Ruby came in and she said, I just came here. I have a bad taste in my mouth for paparazzi, especially how they treated MJ. I'm guessing Michael Jackson.
Okay.
It also rubs me the wrong way when BTS, Jimin, and J-Hope was shopping. They had no privacy. Is that she's not talking about you, right? Or is she talking about
that's the story I just told. So there's a once we finish this, you can rewind this back. But in that case, they knew I was on them. I made sure security knew I was there. I made sure the manager knew I was there, and I made sure I let them go after I shot them. The only reason why I shot them through the glass is because I was asking fans. There was 2 fans that was actually there with me, and they were like, they never saw Jimin shopping. J-Hope already gave me the shot. He said, "What's up?" And he gave me like the peace sign. But Jimin was covering up a little bit, so I just wanted to get his face. So I got his face a little bit. But at the end of it, the whole crew, not those 2 because they went inside the car, Jimin and J-Hope, but the crew all shook my hand, and the bodyguard was real cool, and we let him go. And that was 12 o'clock noon. They went to like 3 other spots after that we didn't follow. So the respect was always there, and the communication with me and anybody else is always there, and I never crossed the line ever.
All right. So Shannon said maybe you could bring in an older Pap that is retired or one of the old ones and share some old stories. We got that. That definitely we could do anytime.
That's gonna happen. Yeah. That's gonna happen probably tomorrow. We probably line that up tomorrow. I'm gonna check his internet though. I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah. You can do the phone though.
Yeah. We can hook that up.
So Beatrice said, "Do you have any Jay Park videos?" I don't know who that is.
Jay Park is probably one of. Oh no, he's he's a star in Korea. People ask me for him, but I never find him. It's hard when there's only one guy. Yeah. But eventually I'll get some video of him. People have been asking me to get video of him.
So, and then Beatrice said, is it true celebs call Paps to come take pics of them?
Depends. Like Kim Kardashian, she does it not all the time, but she does it sometimes. It's more to control the environment. They'd rather call somebody that they actually know than somebody that they don't know and catch them kind of doing the wrong thing, or they just don't want their pictures taken. but some celebrities do. Not all the time though.
So, all right. So Maria said, "Bravo for knowing their names. Yes, the shopping was a bit strange. Everything else is great. The airport scenes, etc. But glad you explained that." Josh said, "Damn, eighth person today. Live chat growing every day." That's right, Josh. Josh been here every day. Big up.
Josh, you are
Uh,
a guy, Josh. You are a guy.
and so Josh said, "Ever hear of Tony Vera? You should try to get him on here. He's from LAX." Tony Vera.
Tony Vera. I never heard of Tony Vera, but let's get him on. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll check him out. We gotta check him out first before we get him on the show. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the people we got on the show, I know who they are for a lot of years. Yep. You never know. You might get a Hall of Famer on here one of these days. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my girls, Tamika Catching, she's about to be in the Hall of Fame this year for basketball. So that this was gonna about this and that's touching because that was gonna be the first time I met Kobe when they was gonna put her in the Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. So I was looking forward to that for meeting Kobe for the first time because she was there and we was gonna do the whole road trip up there. And I was thinking in my head, Kobe, and all this stuff happened. And I was just like, it hit her hard because she was really close to him. So, USA team and all that stuff. So she's been around Kobe a long time. So it definitely hit her hard.
So Beatrice said, "Could you take vids of Burner Boy in the future?" I don't know what that is. Burner Boy, you know what that is?
Burner Boy, and the future, like the rapper Future.
In the future.
In the future, yeah. Whoever's popular and whoever's coming up like in the ranks and really getting in our eyesight, we're on it. In the future, we might have other people on it,
Yeah.
family members, but for the most part, we'll be on it.
Cool. So that was good. Oh, we got more. They keep coming in.
Yep.
Scooter on your show, Scooter Bro. And he could talk about his journey as becoming the most respected, successful music manager in the business.
Yep. That's what I'm aiming for. You see, you guys get it now. You guys get it. Like one thing is to have like Ree on the show, and I want to have Scooter Braun would be perfect on the show, and I have that capability to try to get him on the show too. That's going to be while we're growing. He's going to probably ask to be on the show. You know what I'm saying? Because most people want to learn their journey, right? How they started and all that stuff. So yeah, I would love to have Scooter Braun on the show.
So all right, they keep coming in. So he's First Amendment auditor, but he's been a pap forever. Mike Tyson went off the rails and punched Tony. Anyways, he's an older fella and he minds his own business, but I've followed him forever on YouTube. Then
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think I know him. Yeah.
And then Burna Boy is a huge Nigerian celeb.
Wow. Okay. You know what's crazy? And I have this Nigerian. That's funny because I have this Nigerian girl that I'm trying to get on the low on the show because she can sing her butt off. And we're gonna see.
Nigeria? She lives in Nigeria?
Nigeria. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we going bi-coastal. We going all over the place to find
global. Yeah. Still waiting on the reply from Fredo to see if he will join your show.
Yeah. So I know who that is. She's amazing. She runs one of Fredo. Fredo. He does videos and pictures for Ariana Grande. So he started with Justin Bieber, and I would love. He would be perfect for this show because he's been behind the scenes a lot and he knows so much stuff. So he could talk about that stuff that we always looking for to be that engine that runs these camps, and he does a lot of film work. He did a lot of work with Mariah Carey and a lot of people like that. So eventually, I want to, you know what? I love to get him on here too, but we're going to get there. I'm telling you, we're going to get some huge names going through here.
Yep. And then definitely the up and comers. We got to, find them. you tell us about them early enough, we can get them in early. Once they get big, it becomes harder, but we'll still get them. So let us know who's hot, who's popping, and we can get them on. Any last words, Cesar?
Love you guys. Every show has been like my favorite show, right?
The fan interaction this time was good. So,
oh my God.
Keep that coming. Every day, we're coming on every day.
I give this right here to the fans. This is what I do it for. I know Miguel, he's in love with the fans now too, but this is what we do it for, for you guys. We want to give you guys as much stuff, that you guys could take back with you, and hopefully you could do this too for your, for your fans or for your people, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, content creation is the thing, and Miguel's been drilling me for this for so many years. So,
it took us being on lockdown to get Cesar to be like, all right, let's do it every day. I've been wanting to do this for years, but it's all good. We got it going.
So last word. I hope you guys enjoying the podcast. We have 6 episodes up right now. We're gonna have another one up soon. I'm gonna work on that as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed the live shows. Go back to the first live show. I'm telling you, you can learn a lot from a lot of the people that we're bringing in. And just consume this, and let us know what else can we do to make this a better experience for you guys. Peace out. Love you guys.
All right. Have a good night. Be safe.
Be safe. Stay indoors.